Good morning, everyone on YouTube. It is first time we're getting ready to go camping with the Fleetwood Taos and towing with my Ford Maverick. Going to be a good weekend. We're also going to a concert, so there'll be a lot of footage from that. Let's go ahead and get going on this video. Welcome to my channel. All right, folks, so far so good. I got to go to work for a little bit, but we towed about 40 miles so far. Still getting about 21 miles per gallon like I predicted. And this is a rough area to drive through where I go to work every day, so we'll find out how much better the gas mileage gets. Camper's doing really great with all the stuff I've done to it, so far so good. But we still have 2 hours of driving after I get out of work, so we'll see how that goes. And we're going through the mountains. All right, folks, we're on the second part of our trip now. Just got out of work, had to drive about another 50 miles or so. Truck's averaging about 22 miles per gallon now, not too bad. You can see we're kind of getting out in the mountains here too. We're in like a ski resort town right now, stopping to get something to eat, halfway to our campground. But Maverick's doing good. No issues so far, other than finding a place to park, that is. But yeah, we're gonna go get something to eat now. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we made it to our campground. I ended up averaging about 23.5 miles per gallon. We're getting ready to set up camp now. We're kind of back here in the corner, which is nice. I picked it out that way. A little bit of an angle though. Like I said, pretty far back. But it was really hard to back in here. This is Darien Lake State Park, Site 33. Of course, these are all sites 30 and whatever else. They're actually working on Site 30 over there. 32 is right next to it. That one's pretty steep over there. This one's fairly steep. Like I said, I got a donut holding it right now. I'm gonna have to get some wheel chocks underneath the camper, but like I said, this is Site 33, Darien Lake State Park. We're paying like $29 a night, so of course we're out of towners too, out of the state I mean, because we're from Pennsylvania and this is a New York campground. So not too bad though. Let's see. Not too busy here yet though, but now I got to go ahead and get the camp set up. Put the awning out tomorrow and our table and our grill and everything. We're not going to worry about that tonight, but pretty good spot though. So I say a little iffy with the cliff right here, but I'm going to go pick up some wheel chocks I think for this thing. Probably should have had them in the first place. Being a first time camper, of course I don't know stuff like this, but I'll probably go pick something up. At least I got my donut there. This is our view from the woods. Not too bad. Got some good shade. Definitely got to get the citronella candles out tonight. I forgot to bring my mosquito thing that I bought for camping. Go figure. Good morning, folks. It's our first morning here after sleeping in the Taos and going to the camper, or going to the concert last night. Sorry, I'm really tired and I'm making coffee now. But my lovely wife slept on that side. She has her nice little setup over here. And of course I had my setup. One of my plans for today, of course, is Legos. But we're outside now. I've set the awning up. I still got to secure it down, but here we are at our fancy Keurig. We got all set up. You got to have coffee in the morning. I don't care where you are. Trying some new coffee on this trip too. Some Black Rifle Cactus Squatch. Gotta have that dark roast. This is our setup so far though, folks. We had a pretty good storm this morning, sometime after midnight, and this morning it rained quite a bit, so everything's pretty muddy back here. I'm not sure why there's a big hole in the ground back here. I think maybe they moved the fire pit over or something. I'm guessing that's where the fire pit was at some point, but this is Site 33. It's pretty nice back here. Actually, this site, the nice thing about it, even though it's kind of a pain in the ass to back into, it was, you can't really see the camper from the bathrooms over there. But not a bad section of property. We got some decent shade by the camper, so I'm not worried about it getting too hot in there. We have our fans going right now. We had the fans going and Keurig at the same time, so 30 amp, not an issue. But let's see, it is a little bit muddy back here, so I don't want to walk back too far, and of course I don't want to go spy on the neighbors or tent camping over there. But really nice campground. I do like it here. My wife and I stayed here back in when we first started dating, the 2 years we tent camped here. Got caught in rain both those times too, but this was definitely a better setup than tent camping. All right, folks, we're gonna give you a little tour. So far, I noticed none of these sites really have a water hookup out here, so they're all electric. But very family-oriented campground, obviously being part of the state campground. A lot of spaces open this weekend, or it's technically not the weekend, but these are some of the sites out here. Don't really like how open some of these are up top here. That's why I kind of like the sites we were at in the 30s. But people Pickle Rick intermingle between Pickle Rick and tents and RVs and pop-ups, so everything's kind of mixed in. There isn't really any dedicated sites to just that here, as far as I can tell. So they got a pavilion over there if you want to rent it, and all kinds of stuff. There is a pond over here too, a lake that you can swim in. They're part of the Finger Lakes Trail is right here. Actually, they have solar panels and stuff too, but the Finger Lakes Trail goes through here, so if you're into hiking and stuff. We haven't done that yet. We really haven't had the time, but we're definitely going to check it out as soon as we can. The little pond, river, whatever you want to call it. They have like a bridge over there. We'll probably take a walk on that later. But they do have a beach here. You can go swimming if you want to. They got an area kind of fenced off there, blocked off or whatever. But this park is very well maintained. I mean, there's been people out here mowing already the last couple days. Really nice park. Like I said, there was no water hookups as far as I can tell. They did have disc golf over that way. Like I said, the Finger Lakes Trail goes through here. Not a bad place really, especially for 30 bucks a night with the camp. Thing. We did a little bit of a tour around all the spots, and I did notice there is no actual water hookups. There are places where you can fill up your water if you need to, but there's no water hookups anywhere at this campground. But there is one thing that's annoying, and we've been caught at the same spot twice. We can't get through to our campground because somebody's parked in the middle. That's only one way. The campground's only one-way traffic here, and they've got their golf cart out, so that can be a little annoying. We're trying to get back to our campsite and we can't drive through because it's all one way. Got a big storm passing through. Every time we go camping, always storms. We knew this one was coming though, so we kind of pulled everything underneath. No leaks in here, but I think we're going to hang out here and do Legos for a while. All right, everybody, last night at camp, we're just going to sit out. We had a lot of rain today, so we're just kind of sitting over here instead of the picnic tables, having chips and having some drinks. My little Grogu lights I put up there, kind of disappointed in those. Not very bright, kind of hard to see, but as you can see from earlier, a lot of people showed up, and of course they got a lot of noisy barking dogs, so it's not as quiet today here as it's been. But we're going into the weekend, and we're actually leaving before the weekend comes, so I say if you want to camp out and be a little quieter, I guess you camp during the week. Unfortunately, folks, it's the day we pack up and head for home. It's inevitable. I don't think the trip was long enough. We're already starting to tear things down in here a little bit. We're going to have breakfast and then finish up tearing everything down in here and closing up. Sucks, everything's really wet because we had rain yesterday and it's really damp, so I'll just have to open the camper up when I get home. But been a pretty good trip. Campground filled up quite a bit yesterday, so got a little bit noisier with the family across the way with their dog and their kids, but it is what it is when you're at a campground. All right, everybody, that's it. We're packed up. It's time for my least favorite thing, pulling out. Let's get out of here. This entryway and exit's really beautiful on the way out of the park too. No camps, nothing set up here, just all open land that they take care of. Like I said before, that's where the little pond beach area is that we didn't really get to use too much this trip. If we're here longer, we're definitely going to do that, but I hate leaving the campground. But we're out of here. We're all packed up and pulled out and on the road. Folks, we're doing pretty good here. We've been averaging 25 miles per gallon the whole trip. Decided not to take the highway home.
Your destination is on the right.
Right next to Ella the Elephant. We're not the only ones towing to the winery, I guess. today. Have to find my own parking space up toward the end, but it's all right. All right, folks, back to reality. Time to unload the truck and, of course, mow the lawn before I put the camper away. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. More camping videos coming soon.